Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'll be talking about a very important topic, which is whether you guys should still consider studying abroad and leaving Nepal in 2024. And the answer, as you all know, is yes. I think you guys should still consider. And hear me out, this does not apply if you are rich or if you have a safety net to fall into, which means like rich parents, grandparents. If you have all that, then skip this video, watch my another video. But to all the people who are kind of still in the middle class or underprivileged group, I think I will give you a couple of reasons why I think you guys should consider moving abroad. Number one, everyone I have talked to, and this is just data points, right? I'm just talking about plain data. I'm just talking about accurate data points. Everyone I've talked to in Nepal who is my age group or smaller, they all want to come to America. They all want to go somewhere but stay in Nepal. Even my friends who in 2016 were very sure that they wanted to stay in Nepal want to leave Nepal because right now the conditions are not that good and there is no return of investment in whatever they are pursuing or they have already graduated from. There is no significant return of investment. So one of my friends have invested $50,000 on MBBS degree, and her salary is like $300 to $400 per month, which is kind of insane, right? If you are putting $50,000 on something, you would not expect it to just make like 300 to 400 USD, it's like if you put that money in a savings account, you'll be getting that much money. So I don't see quite a good return of investment here, even in terms of career growth, career opportunity. I think it is definitely better in other countries and you will be much valued and much respected for your time. I've seen that nurses in Nepal, they are overworked and they are not even like paid well or even well, talked about. Like let's say even sometimes a few word of encouragement or just saying thank you for working overtime or something like this would help, right, from the administration. But I don't think that happens. So I think this is going to be a long rant video, so please bear with me guys, but I said what I said. So think about it, and I would like to talk from my personal experience. My sister currently is studying fashion designing, and she her tuition was like $15,000 I believe total, including all the stuff that she had to purchase to kind of graduate, because they have like several events and everything. They have several events and stuff every year. And what's funny, what's kind of blew my mind is that they would be expected to make their own clothing and find their own models and find the internship themselves, and the college is not helping at all. But isn't that the whole point of going to a college, so that college could help you kind of network and get you internships and stuff like that? Like I don't see, especially in US, if you are here, you can kind of, there would be career fair, so jobs would kind of come to you. Although right now it's currently tricky with the current market, but usually companies come to the job fair, and I feel like if you have that determination and grit in you, you can definitely accomplish anything in America. I can speak of America because I've lived here for 7 years, but I bet it's the same in other Western countries as well. So that's one of my top thing. I think there's a lot more opportunity here. Obviously, no need to mention that it's obviously the super power country, whatever you might want to call it. My friends who are in Australia, they want to come to America. My cousin who is in Germany, he said that America is the best place to be making money. So if you want to make that money, and if you have plan in your head, if you have that determination, you can make it big in America, is what I'm going to say. Obviously now there will be tricky situation like the visa, green card issues, but that we will deal with. But I think you just need to have strong willpower and do enough research to see where you can easily get jobs, which major is the best for you, what is the market currently demanding. Do your research, and America is the place for you. But that's one thing. Second thing is, like, I think in terms of work culture, like I said, here there is work-life balance and you will be respected and valued for your time and whatever you are inputting, and your opinion is heard. Now I'm going to share a very interesting story with you. When I was in Nepal, my dad built a new house, and we had this argument with the neighbor where the neighbor were trying to put a what's it called, electric pole. I can attach a picture, And then we were like, no, you guys cannot put it in our property because we don't want it here, and there is no letter from the government that says that you can put it here. But they still somehow managed to put that pole in our land without letting us know, without giving us any notice, and without approval from ours. Arguing, my dad was like, what did you do, who did you ask, and blah blah blah. And I was trying to chime in because obviously that is my home as well. And then the guy was like, you don't speak when big people are talking, you don't get to speak. And I'm like, what the hell did I just hear, and it's just like the fact that you have to deal with small problems like that in Nepal, like, because that's the government's job to do, and just that people can do whatever they like because there is no system in place, just like is annoying. And the fact that my dad had to deal with all that, and the fact that I had to deal with that while I was on vacation, like, it was just not a healthy atmosphere there, and I was just like very frustrated. It had been like 1 week that I gone to Nepal, and I was already like, I want to leave because of situations like that, because it was the government's job. Like, no one should be able to do whatever they want. All of our family members, we had to come, like, kind of like scare him away, and we also dug the pole out, and eventually I think that matter was settled. But just goes on to say that people will go after those who are weak. Like, my dad is very nice, and he doesn't like say much. I think that's why they kind of targeted him. But if you don't have that power in Nepal, you're kind of doomed. There's nothing we can do, and you will forever be the victim. Unfortunately, that's reality. And yeah, that's the truth. Yeah. And I think the other thing is, I don't see any role model of like my age or someone my age, or even within 10-15 years of my age, who have come from a similar background of having nothing and just kind of made it in the top. So it makes it hard for me to picture, like, or even like follow a certain path. Whereas here I've seen like people from nowhere getting to a very top position, starting business and whatnot. And if you see something and you kind of have that hope, and you kind of believe that anything is accomplishable. So yeah, I don't see any role model. I don't see any role model, and I guess yeah, not everyone can kind of marry rich, right? So yeah, I guess not having a role model is another thing. And I know, like, there's two things we can do about a situation. We can either sit and complain, or we can act upon it, right? And this is not like me sitting and complaining, but I think like the only way I can act on it is by coming to US and sending the dollars back home. That's the only way I think I can contribute, because if I'm back there, I think there's just a lot of people who are willing to take you down, and who are willing to do more harm than kind of like push you forward. So if I was in Nepal, I would already be married and have kids by now. And the reason I say that is because there is just so much societal pressure. Yeah, I mean, and obviously, like, you can say no, and life would be easy, but I think life would be harder if you were, let's say, single in Nepal. I think there would be like no support from whomsoever. I think there would be no support from the family if you decided, let's say, oh, you want to be single, and let's say we want to adopt a kid instead of getting married. I think there would be less support. Whereas here, I feel like there's like more like-minded people. There is like a space where you can discuss about these kind of things, so just like that openness and just like broad mentality is something that I really appreciate about America, and that's something I wish we had more back home. And trust me, like, I didn't come from a very well-to-do family, and I did my maths, and I realized that I could have either gone to a computer science college in Nepal that would have cost me $7,000 US, or I could have come to US in a full scholarship, which is eventually what I did, and I had to only get help from my parents for like $10,000 USD. So if you look at that, obviously the return of investment, that I've been using this term a lot in this video, it was obviously going to be more in this in the US opportunity, because obviously I was going to secure a job here. So if you think about it that way, I think definitely study anywhere abroad. It's like easier than before. I remember before we didn't have this quite you know, a lot of information easily available, but right now everything is literally on the touch of your hand. You can have a lot of you know, people that you can talk to on LinkedIn for basically connect with them for free, ask questions, and hopefully they will respond. A lot of nice people will respond. But go out there and take your chance. It's never too late to start anything. You know, I wasted 2 years of my life trying to pursue MBBS in Nepal, and I regretted that so much. I was like, oh my god, I just wasted 2 years of my life, I'm doomed. But now looking back, I don't even realize, you know, or like I don't even think about it that much, like, oh, I wasted that much, because in the long run it didn't matter. So I know that, you know, now it's probably, you're probably feeling, oh my god, I wasted some time, I should have gone should have gone before. But in the grand scheme of things, in this vast universe, when you like where you are, you know, I don't know, 10 years later, I don't think it's gonna matter as much as it is mattering to you right now. The avenues that you can take, just look it up, research, spend your time on this. Don't doom scroll on the internet, just do something meaningful. And this is like a big sister advice, and also like a little bit of rant video, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Bye.